rebooted, Bangernomics, rebooted, Bangernomics, rebooted, Bangernomics, rebooted, Bangernomics, rebooted, Bangernomics.
Hello and welcome to another Bangertorial, and this is another one about a book that I've done very recently, and it's called, and this is my advanced copy, so it's got stuff all across the front which says not for resale, and it's called Demotorized, and it's a slight departure. It doesn't tell you what to look for on an old banger, it doesn't contain pictures of any old bangers apart from on the front. That was actually parked around the corner in North London where I used to live a very long time ago, and you might recognise it. It was actually included in the original Bangernomics book. There is actually, I did use it as a picture. Just saw it, I just flicked by it, and there it is. Yeah, it was originally in this book. I took the picture and cut it out and stuck it in there, and that was spare part surgery. Had to take half to pieces, but that was just around the corner from me. And yeah. So why have I done this? Well, I did this because I was invited onto a BBC radio programme because there's a government report out saying, not government, it was actually an all-party report that came out in the middle of 2019. And it basically said, in the future, we're going to get rid of the private car. There's no place for the private car. So I went on this programme to say, well, actually, no. Private cars are very good. If you live in a big town, fine. Yeah, there's probably great bus routes, trains, bicycles. You can get everywhere and all sorts. So that's great. No worries. But if you live in the sticks, it's a problem. And also, don't demonise the car. It's a force for good. It helps people have jobs, socialise, be together, go on adventures, and it's about freedom. I sort of didn't really get it. There was an environmental woman on the radio up against me who still had a car. Would you believe that? Yeah, because it was convenient and stuff. So the argument didn't really pan out, and then they went down the climate change route, and you just sort of hold your head in the hidden hands really about it. So I was a bit miffed by it all because the presenter couldn't believe that I was so pro-car despite being a motoring journalist for most of my life. And so I just thought, I've got to put the record straight. So putting the record straight is Demotorized. And basically it does just talk about, it's the history of everything, history of how cars have been taxed, how fuel has been taxed. We do go on the climate thing. I'm not a scientist, but we do sort of allude to it a bit as it relates to cars and CO2 and so forth, because the arguments are sort of quite skewed. But it's basically sticking up for the motorist. I believe this is one of the few books that has done this. It's the sort of thing that people who write about cars and love cars, they should do more often, because people in this country are absolutely nuts about cars. There's meetings every single weekend. People are showing off their cars to each other. They're presenting them. They're being very positive. And in life, I've found that car enthusiasts, on the whole, they're all just great people. They really are. They're really, really nice. They want to do good things. They like cars. And if you stay on the subject of cars, you don't have to go reeling off into politics or anything. Motorists are great people, but a persecuted majority. We are a persecuted majority. We are taxed to oblivion. We have terrible roads to drive on. We are treated appallingly, just as a taxable unit. And in a way, this is making that point. It's a huge, giant whinge on behalf of the motorist. But I think you'll get something out of it, or give it to someone who's not too certain on it, or give it to a child who's been indoctrinated at school, because they might think, that's okay, that explains it all. There's jokes in there as well. I've tried not to make it too serious. There's no there's nothing complicated in it really. I haven't put too many facts and figures in there. I haven't put too many charts and pie charts and all that sort of nonsense. Just very stupid cartoons to explain the point. I've done that because that's my level. It's $9.99, I think, if you buy it from that place that sells books online. I will sell you a PDF version for $1.99 if you want it direct and want to read it on a Kindle. But I would very much appreciate your time spent reading that and just promoting it, even if you don't read it. Just tell some other people about it and they might go and buy it. So again, thank you very much for watching this. Please buy my books. It keeps me going. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Rebooted. Bangernomics. Rebooted. Bangernomics. Rebooted. Bangernomics. Rebooted. Bangernomics. Rebooted. Bangernomics. Rebooted.